Hello, everyone, and welcome back to It's Okay Not to Be Fabulous Every Day, which is not the name of this show. Hold on, let me change the name over here. This is Words I Choose to Live By here on Amazon Live today. Hope you guys are doing well on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. I still had the old name up here from Friday for our friends over on LinkedIn. So let me change that for you guys. We're about to connect with our friends over on Amazon so they can be a part of our show for today as well. Hope you all are doing well on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Our let's see, Instagram is connected over there too, so that's good. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Words I Choose to Live By. So glad you all could join us here for week number 41. If you guys have your copy of my book, that's the week we're discussing today. If you don't have your copy, you will see it in the carousel. You also will see the books by my co-hosts. I have Dr. Velma Bagby and Tina Siemens with us as well. How the two of you guys doing today?
Blessed.
We're good.
Good, good.
Wonderful.
And I'm so glad I remember what show it was. I looked over on LinkedIn and it said it's okay not to be fabulous every day. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not what this show is today. That's on
Well,
Fridays.
that's
Uh,
called keeping busy when you have to keep up with the names of the
the
shows.
names of the shows, exactly. Well, we have a great one for today, and I'm so excited about this. I do want to let our Amazon audience know. Remember that this is Prime Days, so remember that tomorrow and on Wednesday, that's October 7th and 8th, you'll be finding some incredible deals. I have the privilege of working with over 50 brands over the next 2 days, so I'll be sharing them with you guys here on Amazon. So make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below, so you can stay connected with all of our programming. We also have a great Books You Need to Read segment that my co-hosts, Dr. Velma and Tina, are featured in. I want to get into today's message, and we were all saying that this is a great one for us all. And again, it is week number 41 in my book, Let Your Light Shine. And that the message says this: the only way that evil wins is if you give up on the power of good. Stay focused, stay prayerful, and remember that you were created for greatness. Now, I want to remind our audience that don't know, I wrote this book first for myself. So these were affirmations I wrote for myself that I then decided to share on social media that then became this book. And this one is so important because I think as we think about our light shining, first of all, we have to remember that we've been given a light, that we are meant to be lights in the world. But also, the part that we have to realize too is that greatness is already inside of us, as we've talked about this year. But it's up to us to do, as this message to really says, is remember that we are created for greatness. So, Tina, I'm going to turn it over to you. How important has it been for you to make sure that no matter what happens, that you don't give up on the power of good?
Well, thank you so much again for this amazing message. I was really thinking about uh, remembering that you were created for greatness. Like that is something that's predestined. Like we were all given a set. We kind of talked about this last Monday, that we've been given the tools, but to stay focused and to stay where we will not give up is something that we have to predetermine today for the future. And I was reminded of John 14, verse 13, that says, and whatever you do, ask in my name, and I will do it, that the Father may be glorified. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. So that gives us the power to stay focused, to stay grounded, and to stay being the light. Because if you just decide today what has been in the past, it may not be there. But that determination to be the light today is something that we work up, and we've been given through the power of prayer. So I'm just so grateful for every human being has the opportunity to be a light. And I always say the darker it gets around us, the better they can see our light. So if we shine, it's like a lighthouse. It can be really dusty, I mean, really dark and really muggy. But when that light goes around in a lighthouse, it can be seen from afar. And we are all, essentially, we're all a lighthouse in this world. And for us to have that opportunity is truly a gift.
Yeah, it's such a great reminder, Tina. Thank you. And I love that analogy too about the lighthouse, because I love that because it does also show the reach. Alexandra, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you so much for the follow over there on Amazon as well. Dr. Velma, what about for you? How important has it been for you to make sure that you don't give up on the power of good?
Well, you and I were talking a little bit just prior to the start of the show, and I was sharing just recently things getting into my head because of projects that are upcoming, telling me I can't do it. It's not enough time. All kinds of little negative things. Sometimes it's in our own head. And what it reminded me of, there's a song I was browsing on Facebook and just happened to capture America's Got Talent. The European group. And there was this young lady singing this song, and it blew the judges away, but it also blew me away to the point where, okay, I need to Google this gospel artist. I need to know what this song says. I need to see these words. And the word says, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I'm falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. I believe. So even though those words, when she starts off saying, these are the things that I just can't, you say it, but I just can't really acknowledge it. And then eventually she says, I'm just going to believe. So it reminded me of our conversations we had in the past, that we have to remind ourselves, I can, I can. Even when our thought says, maybe you can't. The situation says, doesn't look like you're going to make it. You keep saying, I can, because I've been singing this song in my head since I heard it. You said it, I'm just going to believe it. Lord, I believe. Even if I can't perceive it completely myself, I'm just going to believe because you called it forth. He called us to do, each of us, what we have been given to do. It doesn't matter what little light we have. It may not be as big as the next person or, as glorious as the next person, but what little light we have, it is making an impact on the people we have been called to serve. And so therefore, as my old Christian marketing teacher reminded me, there's an audience waiting for you. So whoever that group or that person is out there, our little lights are designed for them. And so it keeps me going and pushing past those negative thoughts, because it reminds me it's what he said I am. And so therefore I am. And so I have to believe that. And so that's what this topic reminded me of. I've been singing the verses of that song since I heard it, because it's so powerful and it's so true. We have those moments where we ourselves can't really see it. But it's not about us seeing it. It's us believing it because he said this is what we're to do.
Right. And I want to say for our audience, for those who are tuning in on the Amazon side, you'll notice I'm toggling between the books of our co-host. Right now I have featured Hold Your Head Up, Princess by Dr. Velma Bagby. However, she has a new book. If you guys look, I'll highlight it really quickly. She has a new book. Don't tell her I told y'all, though, but I'm highlighted on there on Amazon. Finding Your Voice After Corporate Laryngitis. It's out in paperback right now. And also, you saw me highlighting Tina's book, Post Oak, as well, over here as well. So all of these books by our co-hosts are available here on Amazon as well. Tina, Dr. Velma teed up perfectly the second part of today's message, and that is, and this is an interesting one. And I was sharing with a person who I have a lot of faith in, and definitely a lot of respect in, that it doesn't matter how long that we have recognized that God created us for a purpose, that God makes no mistakes. We still have to remind ourselves that we were created for a purpose. As I said in today's message, we're created for greatness. What helps you? Oh, hey, Mom. My mom's watching over there on Facebook. I got to behave. Y'all be nice to me. My mom is watching.
Good to see you.
But how important has it been for you, Tina, to remember that you were not only created for greatness, but you were created for a purpose?
It took me a long time to realize that I was meant to share my talent, my gift to the world, with the world. And for me to, when that was not just in my heart, but it was exercised. It was it was made available. Like you said on the Wednesdays, being a source for good in the world today shouldn't be a burden. Like we are all a source, and that greatness was given to each one of us. So when I realized I could be using my voice for a bigger audience, that has been such a blessing, especially thinking of the museum. When anybody walks through that front door, I know that I can be a source of either just an encouragement or a word of looking through our history of how people did persevered through. That can be my source of giving to somebody else that might need it for that day. And it is so beautiful to know that your voice matters. Each one of our voice has something to share with somebody else. So for us to be that source, ready and fully armed, that readiness is something that we can choose today to be on an individual basis. And thanks to you, I would have not, even a year ago, I would have thought that I would be brave enough to do a weekly podcast with these beautiful people. But that encouragement has given me a voice, and I'm just so grateful to be able to share my voice and my experiences with others.
Well, we appreciate you so much. Chris says something that's great. Chris says you put good in, you get good out, but without the darkness, we wouldn't appreciate the light. And I will say this about that latter part, Chris. I think a lot of times that's why people like Tina and Dr. Velma stand out, because in a world full of darkness, you are drawn to that light. Kind of reminds me of the lighthouse analogy again, that we are drawn to that light. And you're right, I don't think we would appreciate the light as much, if there wasn't the darkness that was there, for sure. And I think, for a lot of people, as they kind of think about this, Dr. Val, I want to go to you with this too, because as we kind of have this conversation about remembering what we were created for, what helps you to remember what you were created for?
I think my statement earlier was a reminder of that, because sometimes I have to remind myself of the purpose that God has given me. Why am I doing what I'm doing? And also the fact that you said something in, I think it was Friday. Today, I choose to speak life. So it's a choice every day. It's our choice. No one can make that decision for me, and no one can do it for me. It's my choice to keep moving forward and understanding the value I'm bringing is the value God has placed in me and it's on purpose. And just so I can say something regarding the statement relative to the darkness, it doesn't matter where we are. We walk into a dark room, we click the light switch. That's a choice. We just turn the switch on. And it's the same with everything we do. We can turn the switch on or we can turn the switch off. It's up to us. It's a decision that we get to make. So I have to remind myself there's purpose in what I have to do. And I want Tina to.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit.
Yes, she froze. Dr. Velma, can you hear us? Seems like she may have frozen up there. Hopefully we can be able to get her back. I want to reset real quick and say, for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You are watching Words I Choose to Live By. We're discussing week number 41 in my book. You guys can see there. Dr. Velma, are you there? Okay, no. All right, so okay.
Goodness.
Yeah, she froze up there for a second. Hopefully she'll be able to get back in. But we're discussing message number 41 from my book, Let Your Light Shine. Hello to you, Miss Queenie. Good to be able to see you as well. Yeah, she dropped. Hopefully she'll be able to come back, Tina. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys do put those in the chat. I appreciate you guys joining us on the Amazon platform. Again, if you are new to us on Amazon, make sure you guys hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. Keep in mind, during Prime Days, October the 7th and 8th, I'll be bringing you guys some great deals as well as some great conversations as well. So you don't want to miss any of that. So Tina, I'm going to go to you. What is your hope that our audience remembers when it comes to the message of letting their light shine today?
Well, it was just what Dr. Velma said before she went off, that switching that light switch on. I was thinking of the construction, like all of those wires, they are put into the walls before any of the drywall is up or any of the covering. but to make it the source of light being available when that light switch is pulled on. So we all have that beautiful choice of having pre-wired. That is what God has given us the talents for. It is pre-wired into us. And so now we have the choice of switching on that light that was pre-wired. That electricity to that light switch was a gift that the construction crew gave us as we are living now in the house. And that's the same thing that God has pre-wired in each one of us. That light is there. We choose to put it on or off. And so it's a beautiful way of thinking the privilege that we have to be a light, no matter where we're at, whether it's in real darkness or a light among many lights. But we contribute in every one of us in our own corner.
Yeah. And it's such a great reminder. And I just want to say to our audience out there, don't ever let anyone tell you that your light doesn't matter. One of the most offensive things that I've heard, Tina, that people say, and I will give them some credit and just say maybe they're saying it, not realizing how it sounds, is when someone says, how's that little business doing? Or how's that little book you wrote? Anytime someone says something like that and it sounds like they're trying to diminish or minimize what you've done, don't accept that. Don't let anyone try to make you feel smaller or what you're doing is smaller than what someone else is doing. I love that Dr. Velma mentioned that it's not a comparison. It really is about us being able to realize what we've been given and making the most of that. Dr. Velma did just message me and said, yes, her internet is going out. So unfortunately, she won't be able to join us back. But I really do appreciate, Tina, appreciate your thoughts today. Appreciate Dr. Velma's thoughts today. Again, everyone, it's message number 41 in my book. Let Your Light Shine is the message. And I hope you guys will do that today. If you don't have my book, Words I Choose to Live By, now is a perfect time to be able to get it on Amazon. And Tina, what would you like to say to our audience about the importance of not only letting their light shine, but also being able to stay connected with you as we wrap up here today?
Well, I would encourage you, like we read in the Bible, don't put a bushel, a basket over your light. Put it on a lampstand so that it is visible to others. Because once you let your light shine, not only are you in light, but you are giving light to others. So just be encouraged. And if you are currently down, pick yourself up and let your light shine. They can stay connected with me on all social media platforms as Tina Siemens, or they can email me at seminalthebook.com.
Love that. Tina, thank you so much for such great reminders today. Dr. Velma, thank you so much for your contributions today. Really enjoyed your thoughts. And we thank all of your audience for tuning into this week's episode of Words I Choose to Live By. Remember, I'll be with you guys throughout the week as we're going through Prime Days and beyond this week. A lot of great programming coming up. So again, make sure you guys are following us on Amazon so you don't miss out on anything. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.